Hey, my name is James. I'm going to be starting a Jvlog today. This is going to be the first week. I just got here last Monday, so it's just kind of like hopefully a weekly blog on how Japan is for me. I'm originally from Panama City, Florida. I'm in the military up in northern Japan at Misawa Air Base. I studied Japanese for about a year, and it doesn't even come close to getting you ready to really come here. My first week was pretty eye-opening. I flew into Tokyo, and I had no idea. I was just following everybody else, and it was a really weird concept to me to be the foreigner. I stood there actually right in front of the lady that was setting people in the foreign line or the domestic line, and I kind of just like looked around, and I don't know why I even questioned it, but I was just like, is this the right line for me? And then she asked me if I was from Japan, and I was like, no, of course. And she was like, foreigner line, and I was like, okay. So I was just completely out of it. No one really told me about the whole customs and everything. Going through military is a little different than normal, so I didn't really sure what I was supposed to do. Um, we use our ID cards as our passports. We don't need a passport if you're going on orders and everything, so it was a little different that way. But I got through eventually. I finally figured out all the forms, and after going back and forth and just trying to figure everything out, I got my way up to Masawa. Um, Japanese people are really nice. They talk extremely fast, and a lot of them actually know a lot more English than I know Japanese. Apparently, because even trying to get a hotel at the Tokyo um, desk, it was really easy because they pretty much led me through it in completely English. And I tried my little bit. I'm kind of rusty on talking or speaking Japanese, and I was embarrassed to even use it, so I didn't even try at first, and I'm still kind of hesitant because people just talk so fast, and I have no idea what they're saying, and I'd say I know a good amount, but it's just it's horrific just trying to even catch conversation and try to understand what they're talking about. So I definitely need to do a lot more studying. That's one of my main goals right now. It was my first day off base by myself, which was extremely fun. Even just walking down to the local bookstore and picking up some manga in Japanese so I can translate them. The crows here are huge. I didn't understand why Japanese people kind of harped on the crows so much, and I knew they were kind of annoying. Crows are, crows, but they are huge here. Like, no joke, like, size like almost jackrabbits or even bigger than rabbits. Like, and there's stories I've heard of them, like, eating little birds and puppy dogs and everything. So, those kind of caught me off guard, and just going out in the city, you definitely see a lot of them. But it was really interesting walking around. I definitely stand out. So most people start talking to me in English, which is fine. And because sometimes even if they talk in Japanese, they talk so quick. They say one word, and I have no idea what they're saying. So I'm definitely got to do a lot more listening, at least to see if I can start picking up on some things. Yen was a little hard to get used to at first. I stood in front of the ATM for a good, honestly, 5 minutes trying to convert the yen over because I knew it's roughly $1 to 100 yen, but I was just so nervous and wrecked in Tokyo, like trying to pull out large amounts of money and checking my bank account having 200,000 something yen or something like that, compared to like $200 or whatever I had. Like I was just like, I have no idea how much I need right now. And trying to get a hotel and everything, I wanted to make sure I had enough because hotels aren't cheap, especially I'm sure in Tokyo. So, I just It took me a while. I ended up figuring out, just take off 2 zeros and you're good. And I stuck to that, and it does pretty well so far. The vending machines here are actually quite nice. They're about the same price, in my opinion, as the States, $1.20 or so. And man, selection's so good, so good. They have a lot more than just soda and water. They have a lot of coffees. They have hot drinks. Like, when you get a hot drink in a vending machine, I thought it would be maybe warm or something, but it's hot. Like, that can is almost too hot to hold at first. And for a while, I won't drink it for at least a good couple minutes because it's just too hot. They're great though. They're amazing. They also have beer machines and you know all sorts of machines that I've heard. I've only seen the beer ones in the hotel, but for the most part, you'll just see random vending machines all over the place. Um, but it was really eye opening. Just the amount of Japanese I thought I knew, and the amount that did not understand, which is pretty much everything right now. I just got my Japanese phone, and she really had to just walk me through it in English. Even though it wasn't. I probably could have got by in all Japanese. It would have took a lot longer, but she pretty much knew enough English to get me through, get my contract, and get that all sorted out. I also had a friend there, so it was a little easier to because he had already got his through them, so he kind of knew what was going on and could tell me a little bit this and that. It helps definitely to know katakana really well. There's a lot of katakana, and you'll get at least you'll at least get some confidence out of knowing the katakana because there's a lot out there. Almost every sign you'll see at least has a little bit, and definitely ordering food and everything. You can just read most of it by katakana. Went to I'm not sure what kind of a restaurant it was, to be honest. Sukiya. It had a lot of curry, a lot of meat, and most of that was I could order just using hiragana, or I mean katakana, but they had a couple of the meat dishes that just it was a lot of kanji together, and my kanji is okay. It's not great, and I'm still having trouble when there's at least 3 to 4 or more kanji put together and trying to figure out the onyomi for each of them and knowing what the word even means. But really exciting. Got my first Japanese mangoes today. Got some. I just love the drinks here. I will admit the American sodas like Dr Pepper and everything out of the vending machines aren't as good, but the other drinks that I've never heard of and I want to try all of them, those are great. Those seem to be pretty on point. Everything I've gotten so far was pretty good. I definitely like the salt and lychee drink. If you've ever heard of that, if you know what the lychee fruit is, it's a really good drink. But that is pretty much it. I will hopefully be getting this done every week. I'm going to try to stay on top of it because procrastination is my thing. But please, if you have any questions, leave any comments, subscribe, like, do whatever. Just keep tuned for next week.